بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اركعوا واسجدوا واعبدوا ربكم وافعلوا الخير لعلكم تفلحون. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. وأصلي وأسلم على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين نبينا محمد النبي الأمين الذي بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وكشف الغمة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين، صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد. All praises due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our Lord. Peace and blessing be upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in his noble book Al-Quran al-Kareem says, إِنَّا عَرَضْنَا الْأَمَانَةَ عَلَى السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَالْجِبَالِ فَأَبَيْنَ أَنْ يَحْمِلْنَهَا وَأَشْفَقْنَ مِنْهَا وَحَمَلَهَا الْإِنسَانُ إِنَّهُ كَانَ ظَلُومًا جَهُولًا. Verily, we have offered al-amana. Al-amana that we can translate it as the trust, the integrity, the moral responsibility. That's in general. But what al-amana means in this ayah, as Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu said in Tafsir al-Imam al-Baghawi, it means the obligations of Islam. All of the obligations of Islam, or the religion of Islam, was offered to the heavens, into the earth, into the mountains. فَأَبَيْنَ أَنْ يَحْمِلْنَا. They decline to bear it. وَأَشْفَقْنَ مِنْهَا. And they fear it. وَحَمَلَهَا الْإِنسَانِ. But mankind bore it. إِنَّهُ كَانَ ظَلُومًا جَهُولًا. Verily, mankind are unjust, meaning that they are oppressive to themselves. Jahula, meaning that they are ignorant of the heaviness of this responsibility, the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So al-amana, my dear brothers and sisters in faith, it goes in every single aspect of our religion. We have to be trustworthy. We have to be trustworthy in everything we do in our deen. Because the salah you are performing is an amana, is a trust that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you with. Az-zakat that you are doing is an amana, is a trust that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala trusted you with and give it to you. So you have to be trustworthy. And you have to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in that. A lot of people are being out there, non-believers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not bless them with that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, since He blessed you with this, so you have to be responsible, morally responsible, and trustworthy towards the obligation that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it as an obligation upon you. My dear brothers and sisters in faith, al-amana, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about it, and He focused on something very important. When something is given to you, when something is passed to you, a secret to keep, a money to keep, something that value to people, you have to keep it. You have to be trustworthy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَأْمُرُكُمْ أَن تُؤَدُّوا الْأَمَانَاتِ إِلَى أَهْلِهَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanding you أن تؤدوا, to render back the amana, the trust, whatever you are trusted with and given to you. You have to render that back to those who are due to them, to those who own it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-Mu'minun, the chapter of the believers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the beginning of the surah the characteristics and the attributes of the believers, those who believe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala truly. One of their characteristics, one of their attributes is that وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِأَمَانَاتِهِمْ وَعَهْدِهِمْ رَاعُونَ. Those who are caring to their amana, to any trust they are given, وَعَهْدِهِمْ, in any promise they give, or any agreement they sit with people, they respect that and they are caring to that. That's the definition of the believers. My dear brothers and sisters in faith, the amana, the trust, being morally responsible is the flag of the Muslim. It what identifies you as a Muslim. Is your identity, your ID as a Muslim, to be trustworthy in every single thing you do, in every aspect of your life. Because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in a hadith reported in Masjid al-Imam Ahmed, and analyzed and made as authentic hadith by Imam al-Albani rahimahullah. Anas ibn Malik said, خطبنا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ثم قال. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam delivered a sermon, a khutbah, a public speech. He did not say it in a regular gathering or in a regular meeting. In a public speech, to make that reach every single person, every Muslim, to understand this. This is the ID of any Muslim, and this is how the Muslim should be identified. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, لا إيمان لمن لا أمانة له. لا إيمان لمن لا أمانة له. The person who is not trustworthy, he does not have iman, meaning that his iman is not complete. Is a person who's having a very weak iman. لا إيمان لمن لا أمانة له. ولا دين لمن لا عهد له. In the person who does not respect and fulfill his promises, he doesn't have any deen. He's not implementing the true Islam in his life. He is not practicing the Islam that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was practicing. He is not practicing the Islam that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He's doing something different. So that's it. Every single Muslim, that has to be his ID. Being someone who's trustworthy in every single thing you do. Because you are fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not fearing anybody else. So you have to investigate yourself and find out who are you and what's the level of your iman. How close you are to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala based on the amana. How you fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you are praying, do you think about it as an amana that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you with and give it to you and taking care of the salat properly, or you are someone who does not care? So this is the scale that you should be using to measure your iman and to know the level of your belief. As I said earlier, the amana is one of the attributes of the believers. So betrayal, the khiyana, or deception, is an attribute and characteristic for those who are hypocrites, those who are not Muslims, those who are not true Muslims. As the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in a hadith reported in Sahih al-Imam al-Bukhari, Ayatul Munafiqi thalath. The signs of the hypocrite are three signs. Identify the hypocrite. إذا حدث كذب. When he says something, he lies. إذا حدث كذب. وإذا وعد أخلف. And when he promises, he doesn't keep his promise. He doesn't respect his promise. وَإِذَا اؤْتُمِنَ خَانَ. When any amana is given to you, when it is given to him, whenever he's being trusted with something, he betrayed that. He doesn't do it properly. Something is given to him to keep it for a certain period of time. He uses it, although he does not have the promise from the owner to use it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him Islam as an amana. He's not taking care of it. And mistreated Islam, and betraying Islam, and being a deceiver is the deed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the amana, it has to be an identity for you. It has to be something that identifies you as a person. Whenever we have someone who's trustworthy, that person should be Muslim. Whenever someone says, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, he must be trustworthy. Fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in every aspect of his life. And unfortunately, as we're living here in the States, we find Muslims mistreating the amana, dealing with al-amana differently, not being trustworthy. And this is something that people say. It's not something that I'm saying. People say that, and we always hear it. I prefer to deal and to have a business with someone who's not a believer. It's easier for me. I don't feel comfortable when I do business with someone who's Muslim. I've been deceived. I've been in my field doing this business for 20 years. I've been dealing with non-believers. But in every single time I deal with someone who's Muslim, he deceives me. So I'm not dealing with any Muslim anymore. You hear this a lot. I'm not saying that all Muslims are like that, but this is the practice that we have in the Muslim community here in the States. So we have to keep track of that. one of the things that we have to keep track of our amana, of our trust, to be trustworthy in it, is our action, our behavior. Always, 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 we have to respect what we do it, and we have to pay attention to what we are doing. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ described the situation of some Muslims nowadays. When we are with Muslims, we are trustworthy in terms of the Islamic obligation, taking care of everything that Islamically mandatory and Islamically is wajib. But when we are with the non-believers, those who are not Muslim, we are totally different. We have two different personalities. We have two different characters. We behave in two different ways. This is the person who the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ described as the person who's having two faces. Two faces. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said in a hadith reported in Sahih al-Imam al-Bukhari, تجد من شر الناس يوم القيامة عند الله ذا الوجهين يأتي هؤلاء بوجه وهؤلاء بوجه. You find the most evil person in the hereafter, meaning that a person who will be receiving severe punishment in the hereafter, severe torment, adab from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the hereafter. The person who has two faces, as the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He meets some people with a face, and he meets other group of people with a different face, with a different personality, with a different character, behaving in two different ways. We have that. We have that. We have to be clean from that. We have to be pure. We have to be one person. We have to have one personality. We have to behave in one manner anywhere. It doesn't matter who I'm doing the business with, or who I'm dealing with. I'm fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm not fearing human. I'm not fearing people. So the Muslims that I'm fearing and I'm being good when I'm around them, what are they going to do to me in the hereafter? Are they going to put me in hell, or are they going to put me in paradise? Nothing. They can't do nothing to me. I'm fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I don't care about who I'm dealing with. One of the things, my dear brothers and sisters, that we have to keep track of our amana, our trust in, is the way we make money, our earnings. Our earnings. As we accept the amana, we bore the amana. We took it. The heavens and the earth and the mountains, how great they are and how huge they are. And there is no any difference. There is no any comparison between us and them. But they didn't bear it, and we bore it. So we have to be responsible. And one of the things that the amana, the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is about, is to keep track of your earnings. Making sure that whatever you are making is halal, is clean. Whatever you are making is halal and clean. How many Muslims that are doing jobs and involved in businesses that's not permissible Islamically? How many Muslims in our communities are on welfare, although they are working, they are capable of working? Some of them are making cash, working under the table, making a lot of money, and they are on welfare. Some people are business owners. Wallahi al-azim, my dear brothers and sisters. They are business owners, having the business on someone else's name, and they are on welfare, getting all kinds and all different of benefits from the government. And they all justify that with nonsense, claiming that this is the money of the kuffar, the disbelievers, and this is nonsense. No way for you to justify such action by saying this money is for the non-believers. Because before getting this money, before being eligible for that money, you have to lie. There's an application that you have to file. There's a lot of questions. You lie. I'm not able to work it, and you sign for that. And the truth is, you are working and you are making money. In a lot of questions, you have to lie about them. We do not base our life on lies. We have to be clean of lies, because lies are one of the signs of the hypocrites. We're not hypocrites. So no way for us to justify that. Matter of fact, that's the money that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ described as mal as-suht. The money that does not have any barakah. The money that does not have any barakah. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said in a hadith reported in Masjid al-Imam Ahmed and analyzed and made as authentic hadith by Imam al-Albani, لا يدخل الجنة لحم نبت من سحت. لا يدخل الجنة لحم نبت من سحت. النار أولى به. The flesh, the meat that in someone's body that was grown based on that not halal money, based on the haram money, based on the haram earnings, such person will never go to paradise. hellfire. And now hellfire is more deserving to him than paradise. That was going to be his final destination in the hereafter. So be careful, my dear brothers and sisters. Be careful, my dear brothers and sisters. Be ameen, be trustworthy in that. Whatever you are making, make sure it's halal. It's not something suh, meaning that it's free of barakah. It does not have any blessings. It's not blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One of the things that we have to keep track of our amana in is the way we treat each other, my dear brothers and sisters. A lot of times we deal with each other and we put the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in between us. Look how someone could put the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in between him and someone else and advertise for himself based on the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and at the end he deceives. You do business with someone who is Muslim, someone who is your brother in faith, or you go to a Muslim business or to a Muslim stores. Because we are believers, we have to love each other, we have to stick to each other, we have to stick with each other, we have to be together. So I prefer to go to a Muslim store, but when I go there, I'm being deceived. In the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is being used to deceive me. Wallahi, I'm giving you this because you are Muslim. Wallahi, I bought it for this price and I'm giving it to you for a cheap price. And that person is lying and using the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to advertise for himself. How many business owners, they take advantage of that community because they know a lot of brothers are going to be coming to me. So I raise the price. You find something very, very, very expensive in Muslim stores. You go to other stores, you find it for very cheap money. Why is that? You want to deceive. You want to do something that's not permissible Islamically. Don't use the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala between people. Don't use the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That being a deceiver, that's khiyana bi deen Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, betrayal to the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, using the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to get your personal interest in things that you're interested in. So fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and keep track of your amana in that. You must be ameen, you must be trustworthy as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala trusted you. And as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you with this great amana, this great trust, al-Islam, the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you have to be morally responsible and you have to be trustworthy for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أقول ما تسمعون وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على خير الخلق نبينا محمد النبي الأمين صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. يقول الله تبارك وتعالى في محكم التنزيل: إنا عرضنا الأمانة على السماوات والأرض. عرض الله سبحانه وتعالى الأمانة، وكما بينها ابن عباس رضي الله عنه في تفسير البغوي أنها واجبات الدين وفرائضه. دين الإسلام عرض على السماوات والأرض والجبال، إن أحسنوا أثيبوا وإن أساءوا عوقبوا. فماذا حصل؟ فأبين أن يحملنها، أبوا أن يحملوا هذه الأمانة الثقيلة وأشفقن منها، خافوا منها، وحملها الإنسان إنه كان ظلوما جهولا. إنه كان ظلوما جهولا، جهولا بمحتوى هذه الأمانة وبمآلها وبأهميتها وبثقلها. فنحن تحت أمر عظيم، أمر دين الله سبحانه وتعالى. دين الله أمانة بين أيدينا، دين الله أمانة بين أيدينا، لأن الله سبحانه وتعالى بارك لنا وجعلنا مسلمين، بين أن كثير من الناس ليسوا مسلمين ولا يعرفون الله ولا يعرفون رسوله ولا يعرفون كتابه. بارك الله لك وجعلك من المسلمين وأعطاك هذا الدين القويم وأعطاك هذا الدين العظيم. فهذا الدين أمانة بين يديك، لا بد أن تراعي حق هذه الأمانة. مما ينبغي أن نراعي الأمانة فيه في دين الله هو تعاملنا مع بعضنا البعض. للأسف تواجدنا هنا في أمريكا أسأنا كثيرا إلى دين الله سبحانه وتعالى، ليس الكل منا بل البعض منا أساء إلى دين الله سبحانه وتعالى، يكون مع المسلمين بوجه ومع غير المسلمين بوجه آخر. إن كان مع المسلمين كان ملتزما وكان على صراط الله وكان أمينا على دينه ويفعل ما يرضي الله، وإن كان مع غير المسلمين خالف ذلك. هذا هو ذو الوجهين الذي تكلم النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم بأنه من شر الناس يوم القيامة، ذو الوجهين الذي يأتي هؤلاء بوجه وهؤلاء بوجه، له وجهين وشخصيتين منفصلتين مختلفتين عن بعض. هذا هو النفاق بحد ذاته. لماذا تخاف من الناس ولا تخاف من الله سبحانه وتعالى؟ هؤلاء المسلمون الذين تكون بين أيديهم فتخشى الله، هل هم مدخلوك الجنة أم هم مدخلوك النار؟ هم عباد لله مثلك، لا يملكون لك شيئا، لا يملكون لك شيئا عند الله سبحانه وتعالى. ومما ينبغي يا إخوة الإسلام أن نراعي الأمانة فيه كسب أرزاقنا، كيف نكسب الرزق وكيف نحصل الرزق ونحصل المال. لا بد أن نتقي الله سبحانه وتعالى في هذا الأمر. كثير من الناس فرطوا في هذا، كثير من الناس فرطوا في هذا، وبعض الناس استغل دين الله سبحانه وتعالى في خداع الناس. فتجد بعض المسلمين يجعل دين الله بينك وبينه لكي يخدعك. أنت أخي في الله وأنت حبيبي والله، وأبيعك هذه السلعة وهي سلعة جيدة وفيها ما فيها، لكن بعد ذلك تكتشف أنها بضاعة مغشوشة وليس فيها